Simultaneous attacks on the last of our metropolitan areas. A full-on invasion. This is it. The fifth wave.
Haven't read the Fifth Wave books? That's okay, you won't need to. They're just that predictable. Talking about the Fifth Wave this week on reviewsfortherestofus.com. To try and explain this movie is pretty easy because it's basically the same science fiction principle you've seen in about 25 other movies. Aliens show up, nobody knows why they're here, they slowly start picking off humans. That's the Fifth Wave.
But even if you bug bomb the house, there's always a few cockroaches left. Now we are like those cockroaches. And the others picking us off.
So this movie is another one of those movies that seems to be really popular lately, which you could call like a teen hero movie, kind of in the vein of Divergent or The Hunger Games or Maze Runner. It's kind of the next installment of that. The Fifth Wave, the stars in this movie are all kids, and I don't want to give things away too bad, but basically suffice it to say, the kids are kind of the heroes. So how is this movie? It's so predictable. Honestly, it is so predictable. I mean, our reviews are all for movie fans, not movie critics doing reviews for other movie critics, but to be honest with you, unless you're a fan of the books, it's so predictable it's hard to watch. I mean, there's times you're watching your watch, at least I was, and you're almost grateful the credits roll. I mean, there's some cool science fiction stuff, I guess. There's some neat animation, I suppose, but it's so predictable it's painful, to be honest. I mean, if you are going to see it, I would say it's a theater movie if you're choosing to see it anyway, because it's a science fiction. It's shot that way. It's cool to see the special effects, I suppose. So if you do want to see it sooner than later, it could be worthwhile to see in the theater. Now, this is a teen-focused movie, okay? It's rated PG-13. The biggest struggles in this for any kids younger than that, it's going to be language, and there is kind of some teen sexuality that goes on in it. Probably kids 13, 14 on up, you're pretty safe. If you're going to take them, just be aware of those kind of little landmines there if you have to, be concerned about that, if you're kind of guarding that a little bit in your home. Know that that's there. Otherwise, it could be a decent, night out kind of movie. But from what I understand, just like so many movies, it doesn't follow the book all that closely. And if you're a huge fan of the books, you might just be disappointed. So hey, if you enjoyed this review, please tell your friends. If you think I'm wrong, please let me know why. You can subscribe on YouTube, like us on Facebook and Twitter and all that. And if you're not in the mood for the Fifth Wave, maybe you need a laugh and you want to check out our review of Ride Along 2, or you want to know more about the 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, you can check out either of those reviews by just clicking right here. Until then, we'll see you next week on reviewsfortherestofus.com. Reviews for movie fans by movie fans. See you next week.